Let us head to Philly. Mark Davis in for Dennis. How you doing? Happy Friday.
Hi, happy Friday, and thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
Justice Thomas's opinion, when he singles out Justice Jackson by name, that is very rare. That is one of the hardest smackdowns that one judge can issue to another. When he names her by name.
Yeah, it ain't. I've spent 40 plus years reading Supreme Court opinions. Not that rare.
It's not that rare. I've rarely seen it. But either way.
Well, I mean, you have it. Here's how it always goes. You have someone in this particular case. It was Roberts who wrote that opinion. Gorsuch wrote the one this morning on the Colorado web designer case. You have the someone writes the opinion. Then you have the people who agree with that opinion writing what are called concurring opinions. Then you have other people writing what are called dissenting opinions. And they often have pretty fresh memories of what was said from the Supreme Court bench. And I mean, it's not all the time. And I don't know what one's definition of rare is, but it ain't that rare. What did you think of the points of the judge? What did you think of the points that he made about her threadbare logic?
Spot on point.
Yeah.
I just would have thought that he would have said that, and absolutely necessary. Spot on point, and necessary. I just would have thought that he would have said the honorable opposing judge or the honorable minority opinion.
Well, but not but it would have been a little. First of all, you can always do that, but I don't know if Elena Kagan or Sonia Sotomayor went to the lengths that Ketanji Brown Jackson did in order to infuse her logic with such irrelevancies. Let's wrap up with a little more golden Clarence Thomas, because she was the only one saying this. Though Justice Jackson seems to think that her race-based theory can somehow benefit everyone, it's an immutable fact that every time the government uses racial criteria to bring the races together, somebody gets excluded, and the person excluded suffers an injury solely because of his or her race. Justice Jackson seems to have no response, no explanation for the people who will shoulder that burden. How, for example, would Justice Jackson explain the need for race-based preferences to the Chinese student who's worked hard his whole life only to be denied college admission in part because of his skin color? Yeah, I don't know if it was Sonia Sotomayor or Elena Kagan making that point. Sometimes, and by the way, I would invite liberal justices to come after Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, or whatever. Fair game out there. You can write whatever you like and be judged by it.